Hello, everybody. This is John Kobaska with the Foxbody Den. I'm joined by my two co-hosts here, Ryan Jugdeo out of Long Island, and Lee. I don't know your last name, Lee. But
Ortiz.
Lee Ortiz out of
Yep.
Texas, right? Everybody
Yes,
knows it.
sir.
Famous CCW Fox. So this is our opening episode for the Foxbody Den, right, guys?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Exciting,
Yep.
right? We've been talking about doing this for a while. So just quickly, just want to let our members know why we're launching this show, right? So, we're launching this show because after all the discussions we have in the Fox Body Den, we realized that, the three of us and some of the other admins too, we don't always get to share our own voices, right?
Yes.
So the three of us have been in this community. We've got our own opinions, stories, and insights to share. But more importantly, the Fox Body scene, it needs this because it's more than just a set of cars, it's a culture, right?
Yeah.
We
Yep.
need,
Very
yeah, we
much.
need, just like the den, we need a space where we can highlight the debates, bring up the topics from the den, shout out our members. We're going to do a lot of that here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And give our unfiltered take, right?
And also probably shout out the cars because obviously these guys put a lot of hard work into these cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
so if you're in the group, you already know the debates get heated, right? The opinions are strong, and everyone has got something to say, but there's never enough space to actually break it all down for us. That's what this show is for, right? We're building a
Yep.
place where the topics from the den can come to life. We'll be calling out real posts, shouting out our members, and giving our unfiltered take on everything from the builds, trends, to the arguments that never seem to end on there, right?
Nah.
Yes.
And some of those builds are freaking crazy, and I love these builds.
This isn't just like another car show or this is a Fox Body community. We're gonna take it off the keyboard and into real conversation here with the three of us, right? So we
Yeah.
want to welcome everybody to the Fox Body Den show, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I got my two co-hosts here, Lee. Just we're gonna get into it, but first, I think on our pilot episode, everybody should get to know a little bit about us.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself there and how you got into the Fox Bodies, and give us the rundown of what you do, how you got started, and right up until today.
All right. Well, guys, first of all, nice to meet y'all. Everybody in the Fox Body Den, I'm glad y'all are here. Hopefully, y'all catch this episode whenever we drop it, and hopefully it grows big. But I got introduced to Fox Bodies at a young age. I bought my first Fox Body when I was 16 years old. It was a 1986 Mustang GT convertible. I know it sounds amazing, but believe me, it was far from it. But I didn't care because I was 16. I had a convertible, and I was in high school. I felt like a pimp. So ever since then, I just always been hooked. And right now, I'm on a Fox Body number, I think like 14. So I've just always been in the Fox Bodies. It's always been my thing. I've had a multiple of other cars as well, but just the Fox Body has always been in my life, and I just always come back to a Fox Body. So that's pretty much how I got into it, was just being young and being my first car, and I loved it. And now that also I do YouTube, it just even brings me more into the Fox Body because I get to enjoy everybody's Fox Body. I try to show more everybody's build. You know what I mean? I don't have to be some crazy build. I show the mild to the wild. I also try to stay out of the picture of it. That's why, man, if y'all watch my YouTube videos, it's just mainly me as a quick intro, maybe 30, 40 seconds, and then I hop out because the purpose of me doing it is just to show other people's cars because I really just want to show people's cars, their builds, and just pretty much how they got there. Because hear the stories. Because the first two questions I always ask is how long you had this Fox Body and what got you into Fox Bodies. And some of these stories are pretty good. Some are from the dad, the brother, from cruising to a friend that had a Fox Body, and then now they're older, so they bought one. And I love to hear all these stories. So that's why I'm on this. What do you call this? Fox Body Den, and I just want to see everybody's builds and just kind of encourage everybody just to get out there and bring your car, no matter how it looks. I always tell everybody, I don't care if you bring in a trailer, if it's on freaking rollers, I don't care, man. As long as you got a Fox Body and you're out, that's all I care about.
Just bring that out there, and
Yep.
you shoot and produce some pretty badass videos there on Instagram, Facebook, right? You even have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel, Lee?
Yep, and surprisingly, all this is self-taught. When I decided to make a YouTube channel, I knew nothing about YouTube. I didn't even have a camera. I was using my phone. I didn't have no equipment, uh, nothing. So I just started watching a bunch of YouTube videos on how to edit, how to do this, how to post a video, how to do better audio. And now that I've been doing it, I'm ready. I'm ready like four different cameras in, two gimbals, two drones, three sets of microphones, tripods, pods for the car, multiple stickies to mount on cars. Like I've
And you
gotten
do
all into it.
and you do all of that for. I mean, you do all of that just out of the love and the passion for Fox bodies. You don't
Yeah,
charge.
because I don't get paid for it. I mean, I recently got the email I can do advertisement or I can like get revenue sharing, but when you look at the agreements, there's a lot of restrictions, and then they start throwing all kinds of crazy ads into the videos. I have no control of none of that, and they'll start throwing this crazy stuff. So I'm just like, maybe later on in the future, I'll do revenue, but for now, I'm just gonna keep doing it out of passion for free. Sometimes it does feel like a job, but like when I do the car meets, when I go to car shows, and I'm trying to get everybody's Fox bodies, and people trying to talk to me,
You're just having a
maybe I might come off a little standoffish. It's like I'm just trying to get the footage, and I feel kind of rude sometimes. That's why lately I've been kind of when I go to car show, I just do more, maybe a car here and there, and I don't really get into it so I can talk to people.
yeah, yeah. So you're out there filming when you could be out there enjoying. I
Yeah.
quickly tell the story of I started to see you come up on the scene last year, like early 2025, and I
Mhm.
didn't. I'd never met you, but I saw your videos. I saw them start popping up on Instagram and YouTube. And I was at Motor City Fox Fest this past year, 2025, and we had that big storm come through. And I left the car, like everybody ran underneath the covered spots, and the storm came through in like 40 minutes. It rained. It was like a hurricane. And
Yeah.
so after that, everything was flooded. So I was just kind of hanging out in like the vendor section. And at the end of the show, I just went and grabbed my car, and I went back to the hotel. The next morning, I wake up, I open up Instagram, and boom, there was a video that you produced of my black coupe nocturnal, and you did such a beautiful job. You like filmed all the angles, the spoiler, and the sharp body lines down the side, and you put a really cool song with it, that November Rain, because it was rained on. It was
Yeah.
just it was epic the way you produced that video there, and I was like, oh man, I was so excited. I hadn't met you, but I'd seen your content. I was like, I thought it was so cool that CCW Fox, when I wasn't, just went by my car and did a cool video. And then I met you last year at Foxtoberfest. You were out there filming and stuff like that. We've been chatting and been working together on the Fox body then and BSing since then, right?
Yeah, and I appreciate John. Honestly, I appreciate you being cool, man. Because there have been some people I've met, and I'm like, yeah, they're they're kind of just some assholes. But when I first met you, man, you're like, you encourage me. You're like, hey, man, I love your work. You're doing good. Keep going. And honestly, man, that gave me a good boost because until then, really, I hadn't really gotten no acknowledgement. Even though I had spent a bunch of time doing videos, no one ever like really kind of acknowledged it. People was like, here it's cool here and there, but you give me that boost, and I was like, you know what, man, people like my stuff. I'm gonna keep doing it because I think
Yep.
after the first year, actually, I thought about just quitting. I was like, dude, I'm not, there's no benefit of this. It's really time consuming editing stuff. But after that, you told me that, and I was like, I'm gonna keep going. And I just keep going. I just keep making more videos. And then obviously, more and more people started telling me that I did a pretty good job. But you're probably like one of the first ones in the community to kind of acknowledge my work and just kind of honestly kind of just kept me, obviously, gave me the motivation to kind of keep going. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate that, man.
I mean, you're very welcome. I was impressed with you months before I had met you, so I was impressed, and all I had to do was compliment you. Ryan, Mr. Ryan, quick
Yes.
introduction here. Yourself. Let's give him a little background, and then let's show him what we're gonna do. Go ahead.
Well, I've been playing with a Mustang for like 20 years, and I started with a '92 hatch, and then I got all my friends into it. They all got hooked from that car, and now we have like probably like 20, 30 between all of us.
Well,
So,
what year was it when you bought your first hatch, and where was it?
uh,
Where were you located? Yeah.
2006, I bought my first Mustang. I used to play with Hondas before,
Uh-huh.
and bought my first Mustang, and I've been hooked since.
You've been hooked
So,
since, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
I had all different kinds, but a lot of notches.
Yeah. That's people need to know that about Ryan.
A
Ryan's the
lot of
notch guy.
notches.
He
I'm a
loves the notch.
favorite. I'm a favorite over the notch. I like
He's. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ryan.
I like a good hatch, but it has to be done right.
Yeah.
But I'm a favorite over the notch.
It's
The notch got my attention.
we post up so much notch content in the Foxbody den because Ryan and I we probably talk what, twice a day now,
Yeah, we talk a
and
lot.
he's so notch focused. I just talk to
Yes.
him and I just get all these topics just by talking to him, and a lot of the stuff that we talk about, he laughs. It pops up on the group the very next day, right?
Yeah, like I stopped playing with Foxbody from like 2014 to probably 2022, and I go to a car show early in the morning, and I see Carl with his burgundy notch.
Carl
I
Melendez.
came, yeah, I came home. I went and talked to him for the first time. Man, I came home. I was on eBay. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm buying a notch. I saw this notch at the Cars and Coffee. I'm buying a notch." Call my boys. I'm like, "I'm buying a notch." I started checking the price. These things were 25, 30 grand. I was like, "What the hell happened?" But I bought a notch.
You bought a notch,
I bought a couple notches.
and then you bought another notch, right? From
I
what
bought a
David
couple
had said
notches.
that
Yeah, I got the emerald green notch.
whole
I
green.
got
Yeah.
I got the white one, and I'm working on a hatch.
Oh, you are working on a hatch, right?
I am working on a hatch
Who got you into
for
the
the
hatch?
hatch.
What?
Who
Hey,
got you into the hatch?
this is news to
Pro-
me. I gotta see this hatch.
Probably call, man. Call again, man.
Carl got you into the hatches?
Yeah, you got a hatch too, and Vinny, and Cruz. They got some. I don't know. I got to try a hatch, man. I'm a notch guy, but John got a nice '86. I drove it a couple times. They're all right. I haven't drove one in like 20 years, so
Yeah.
you know,
He's coming over to the dark side, so
for the hatch guys, I'm gonna help them out.
you're still a notch
Actually,
guy through and through.
I'm,
I had a notch. I mean, a hatch back in the day. It was a two-tone GT with a sunroof. Man, I miss that car. That was a nice car.
what color? The blue
Yeah, it was a blue. It was that dark blue. It wasn't Ultras are like more brighter. So the darker one, what is that? Regatta or something? I
or
can't remember.
royal?
Or maybe Royal. It was like a dark blue, but of course with the silver bottom. And
Oh,
man, I love that car. It was cool.
what happened to it?
I ended up selling it for a red notch. There was a guy selling the red notch, so I saw the blue GT, and I was like, I used that money to buy the red notch.
Good
Because
choice.
even back then, notches were still going more than GTs, which is crazy. And what's crazy? A lot of people can't fathom the thought of Fox body notches being more. Like for some reason, they're still stuck in the old days of where I used to get a notch for $5,000 all day. I'm like, yeah, man, what was that like in 2001 or something? Like times have changed, man. Prices are going crazy.
It's funny. I grew up. I originally my first car was a Camaro, an '84 IROC Z28 with the T tops. It was probably the worst car I'd ever owned. But I grew up in the mid '90s, drag racing out in Staten Island here and messing around on the streets, and then messing around at Raceway Park, test and tune and stuff like that. So I was like one of the few guys that was like a Chevy guy, but I always loved those notchbacks, right? And but back then, I always loved the Fox bodies, but back then, even in like the mid '90s when I was racing around, it was still hatchback, man. Most people wanted the GT with the ground effects, like the notchback was. It was the LX. It was the bare bones. It was the like grandma model. Like people didn't like them. Even like you're talking 95, 96. 95 is the year I started driving, and nobody wanted a notchback. But then like late 90s, around here, people started realizing that these cars were much lighter, and you started seeing them show up to the drag strips, and people were doing some sick combos with it and starting to run faster. And back then, what you have, heads, cam, intake, and then people were pulling seats out, and weight reduction and all kinds of crazy shit. So if the notch was 200 pounds lighter, you'd go two tenths faster in the quarter mile. That's really when you started to see them, like the late 80s, early 2000s, start to really make that turn. And I probably agree. I mean, we put those posts up all the time in the Foxbody, then notch versus hatchback, and it always creates quite the debate. And
But didn't you start out like in was it a vert?
me, a vert?
Was it a vert?
Oh, I've never owned a
A,
vert.
a saline vert? Was it a saline?
No, never.
Oh, your friend's brother had a saline, right? A hatch?
Oh, okay, yeah. So what got me into the Fox body? So I think I was like 13 years old, and my friend Sean, he had an older brother Eddie. So him and I were 13, and Eddie was probably like 25 years old. And I remember, hanging out and seeing his brother pull out. He had two Fox bodies when I was 13 years old. He had I'm gonna guess this is probably like 1980, 89. Maybe I was 12. And he had this burgundy saline convertible with the gold stripes, and it had to be brand new. And every time he'd pull out, he must have did some sort of like Flowmaster exhaust. He'd start that thing up in the garage and he'd back it out. And I would just look at that thing and I'd be like, oh my God, I want one of those. And he also had I think it was an 82 or 83 T-top coupe. So funny enough, when I got back into the Fox body game about 3 years ago, the first two cars I picked up was an 81 T-top coupe and an 88 Saline. So that was, actually that was those were my first Fox bodies. But in 99, 2000, I picked up a SN95, 94 white GT, with the 5.0, the push rod.
Yeah.
Had that car, and then I had an '03 Mach 1. And then I remember I got the goddamn new S197s, was it 2005, 2006? I owned that thing for like 3 months, fell apart, traded it in for a truck. And then I had a 11 GT500, and then I traded that 2 years later for the 13 GT500s.
That's a nice one.
Oh, yeah, because they came 662 horsepower from the factory, badass back then, right? I had to have it because I think the 11 had 550, so it was a significant upgrade. And I owned that car for about 3 years, and then I eventually just traded in. I got out of the Mustangs. I was at the point in life where I had the kids, and we were traveling and doing all the sports and the football and the baseball and the softball. So my weekends hanging out with my buddies in the car show, that was gone. And then my kids grown, they got out of the travel sports, and then 2024, I was 2023 on my birthday. I was on eBay. And I was looking for a Fox body at this point for probably about a year, but I couldn't find anything. And there was a guy, Mike Clay. He had a old, I think it was an 81, 80 or 81 Cobra. And it was famous. And I didn't know it at the time. I found it on eBay. I was like, I gotta have that car. And I purchased it, and then I did an inspection on it. And there were a few things I didn't like, so I backed out of the deal. Then, like I said, 2 weeks later, I wound up getting the Saline, and then a month later, I went into the whole project with the 81 T-top coupe. And since then, I've met guys like Lee and Ryan and Vinny Allegretta and Carl and Nick, and it's become a sickness now with the Fox bodies and the Mustangs. How many do you own right now, Ryan?
Maybe like 7. Like, and I just bought that hatch, and
Oh, you are telling people you bought the hatch now. You were a little.
yeah, I probably didn't. My wife is probably gonna find out tomorrow or whenever this video drops.
You taking a dinner first? What are you doing? No.
I'm just gonna, she's just gonna find out when she watches this.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah,
no. Uh-oh.
she's cool. My wife is cool though, so
Yeah.
she'll be all right.
Your
Yeah,
wife supports the hobby.
yeah, she supports me. Like, she's cool.
So I'm going to ask a question. We're going to talk about the Fox body den topics.
Yep.
So I go on and I schedule posts. Like I'll schedule a couple days out. That's actually one of the topics that we've got coming up is like what does your wife think of your hobby? And do you tell her the truth? Do you tell her the truth with on how much you actually spend? Yeah,
She doesn't ask,
yeah.
but I don't answer if I don't have to. I'll tell her if she wants to know. But
Would you give her the real number or like?
yeah.
Number?
She's cool. She's really cool. I can't. I can't front. She's cool.
And Lee, you're not married, right? So
No,
nobody to answer to, huh?
I mean I have my girlfriend, but she doesn't care. You know, what I mean, it's my money, so she don't care what I spend it on.
That's good. Keep it that way,
Yeah.
Do you
bud.
John, do you tell your wife?
I only tell her what she needs to know. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
She knows about all the cars you're building?
well, you mean that I built, right?
Or yeah. Or whatever you got going on.
Yeah, she knows some details, and she probably won't watch this podcast, but
Hmm.
yeah, I mean,
And about the saline build?
yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I
You're
just
talking about
make
the white one?
the what?
The white one?
The white one, yeah, it's finished up this week. At
What?
Vinny at VA Motorsports has swapped it over 363 with a TI trim. We put a blow off valve on there. We switched over to a Terminator X, and we did some nice stuff in there. We think we're gonna make probably about 650, 700
Man.
horsepower.
John, I was gonna ask you, did you ever get any hate for putting those CCWs on a Celine? Because you know, like some Celine purists are like, you gotta keep the Celine wheels. But I think it looks amazing with those CCW Twisted Classics. But did you get a lot of hate for it, or what?
I was shocked because I got more hate for changing the original 302 when I pulled the original 302 back out 2 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
it's safe. I have it on on an engine stand, all wrapped up, safely stored for the next owner if I ever sell it or when the time comes. It's there. I took all the stock. So I got more hate from the saline purists about the changes that I made. But surprisingly, no, not the CCWs. I have the original wheels and
Yeah,
they're wrapped up and they're stored safely. So, like, if someone, well, when someone eventually takes ownership of that car, they'll have the choice to take what I've done to it, take it out, and put all the stock parts on it. All the stock parts, everything, suspension, wheels, the motor, the transmission. I pulled the T5. I have everything ready to go back in that car. But those salines in stock form, they're junk, man. I bought that
yeah.
car.
Ooh,
Oh my
you're gonna
god,
get hate tomorrow.
it was fun because go ahead.
You- You're gonna
I
get
don't
hate
think they're
tomorrow,
junk.
man.
I don't think they're junked with the. I just think, like most
They
Fox
junk.
bodies,
They
you gotta
junk.
change, stuff, to make it
Bro,
enjoyable. Like
bro,
there's a couple
I
stuff
bought
with these Fox bodies you gotta change.
I actually traded that car for. I had a 2018 Z01 Camaro with low mileage, right?
Mhm.
So I put a post out on the Cobra, the 93 Cobra groups, the SVT Cobra groups, and the Saline groups, and I said, hey, does anybody want to trade like a low mileage Cobra in the Cobra groups or Saline for this car? I put up pictures, and I had one guy, boom, message me from New Jersey. So I go out there, we doing even up trade, right?
Yeah.
Even up trade. The car at the time I think had 12,000 miles. It sold on Bring a Trailer the year before to this guy for 62,000. As a matter of fact, you can look it up on Google. It says if you look up 1988 Saline number 345, you'll see it. It was a Bring a Trailer listing. I believe he's paid 62, and then
Mhm.
he paid the fees on top of it, right? So he traded me straight up. I was driving this thing home. It's only about a 15-minute ride. I'm like, all right, whatever. I put it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a low mileage. I'm going to save this, whatever. Carlisle comes up that year, and I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna take this. I'm driving to Carlisle, right? 2.5 hour drive, bro. I'm on 78 in New Jersey, going west out to PA, and I got this lady, man. She's blowing my doors off with like a Chrysler Pacifica, and at that moment, I'm trying. I'm hitting it. This thing's not going anywhere. It's dog, man. I was like, yo, I'm swapping this thing out. I'm putting a new motor in this thing. I had forgotten how slow they really were, man, in stock form. So,
They sound good, but they're
yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
This the color of those CCW wheels. I had seen someone put those on a Foxbody, not a Saline, and the Twisted Classics. That color, it's called gunmetal,
Yeah.
and I saw the picture of it I think it was a black hatchback. And I looked at it and I said, that would look really good on the Saline because it matches the graphics on the bottom. couple of months before. So when I did the work, I was like, I want these CCWs, and then when we put it on, and I picked the car up, it was like an instant hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of gunmetal. Both my set of CCWs are matte gunmetal. Like the CCW D110s are matte gunmetal, and those new Twisted Classics I got like 2 months ago, those are matte gunmetal. I just love that color, man. It just looks good.
It's
It looks
it's
good.
it's such a cool color. Yeah, yeah. So who's ready to start talking about the topics there on the Fox Buddy? Then Lee, you want to pick a topic and read it out and what the topic is, and you know.
Well, you have the first top. You have this one here. I think you posted just recently the Coyote versus Terminator swap in the Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good topic right there because nowadays with swaps and all that, I think that's a pretty good topic right there.
Yeah. So what are some of
Depends
the
who
what are some of
depends
the
who you
benefits
ask.
there? What's that?
Depends who you ask.
That
What
that's what I'm saying. It's a good topic because it is going to be between who you ask. Uh, Personally, for me, I would say a Coyote swap is better now versus back then. If you told me back then, I would have said, yeah, Cobra swap because you got the four valve, forged crank, Molly rod, Molly pistons, you got the Eden and all that. But they're kind of limited. Plus, tuning on them is just it seems like now a lot of people don't want to tune these older cars. Even Terminators are getting hard to tune. You got to use old school SET, like with a SET 3 or something like that, or the live wire. And some
Yeah.
people don't even want to tune with those. Versus a Coyote, I mean, gangs of people tune Coyotes all day, and it seems more parts are more like available to do Coyote swap than versus a Cobra swap. Even back then, it still wasn't like super like mod. There was a bunch of cars out there, but I just think for time wise now, I think a Coyote swap is more better than a Fox body, just because parts are more readily available. People are willing to tune it. There's a lot of information on how to do a Coyote swap. You can go from a budget to I don't know, making your own wire harness to hey, you can buy a complete build, wire harness, crazy transmission, and all that. So in my opinion, I think in today's time, a Coyote swap is the best swap to do versus the Terminator. But I have a feeling maybe Ryan might think different.
No, no, I'm with you, man. I'm not a fan of those Terminator um motor. I like them in stock form. Um or if it was fixed right or they built it right. I
Mhm.
like it. I just don't think the money's there when you build them. Um
Yeah.
I think a stock Coyote with boost is the way to go.
Yeah, and
Reliability.
those stock Coyotes can man, I think take some crazy power depending on the gen. Like a Gen 1, I think is what around 650-ish, and then you got to worry about the rods stepping outside exit. The Gen 2 is really amazing. You can get about 8 to 900 horsepower out of them. And Gen 3 is about the same. The only thing about Gen 3 is a lot of people don't know is they have the DI, the direct injection.
Mhm.
So you got to worry about direct injection on a Gen 3. But I think for the most part, either Gen 2 or Gen 3 is like the best motor to go, the best one to
Yeah.
go. If you're going to do a Coyote swap, that's just in my opinion.
I mean, you hear guys, like making 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 plus horsepower with these Coyotes, and just like you said, the availability, the aftermarket, the aftermarket industry. It's like the old small block Ford. I like a Terminator motor in a Terminator. I think it's cool in a Fox body, but like you said, I mean, it's just you had Kenneth Shawn there. He was running it, and he did a bunch of videos on. For years, he was a Terminator swap guy, and you
Yeah.
saw, I believe, in the last year or so, him start slowly being convinced, that the Coyote was the better choice. I believe he blew his motor up about 6 months ago or something like that, and
Mm.
released a bunch of episodes about what he was doing, and he explained why he was going Coyote for the reasons that we mentioned here, right?
Yeah.
So so we got Ryan Gunderman said I feel like they look out of place under the hood. So he's talking about both motors. He prefers the pushrod cars. Mark Rosowski, another Polish guy, he just posted a picture of his engine bay here
Yeah, I saw that.
with a Coyote, and what is that, a Whipple on top of there? Is that,
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks like a Whipple.
yeah, it looks like what, a Whipple. What is that? That's an old school Whipple.
Yeah, that's like an older gen. I think it looks like a 2.3 or something like that. Maybe a 2.3.
Yeah. Um, Bobby
Matt.
Bobby Kendrick Jr. said put a 3 valve in it. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, Rod?
Oh,
That's
Matt
crazy,
is on
man.
too.
That's crazy talk right there. 3 valve.
Yeah, Matt put up his car too. He said he didn't spend that much a couple of years ago.
Matt who? Matt Malinich?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He said he didn't spend that much a couple of years ago. He spent like $3,000 for the motor and a couple thousand for the Whipple.
What did he build that? He built that car I believe like 5 years ago?
I remember that car probably. That car went to Detroit before I had the Whipple. I think it won.
Yeah?
I think it won. Yeah,
That's
I actually liked it. I actually liked it, that car. Well, I still like it, but I liked it a lot with the ponies.
Oh, before he switched over
Yes,
to the
yes.
back?
Before he did the Whipple, I think it won at Detroit. I'm not sure.
Ah,
I think it won.
that's a beautiful. That's one of the nicest Fox bodies out there in the community.
It's clean. It's
Yeah.
clean. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at him. I mean, the work that he
But
does. I mean,
it
he's
looked
great.
at period. It looked at period with the hood closed. It looked at with the ponies. Yeah, it just. And that's a hatch. Look, see.
You're a period correct notch guy, aren't you? Huh?
I,
Even though
I
without
like.
the hatch.
No, but I like it with a little touch to it. With a little touch to it. It looked good with the ponies. I even like it with I like it with the Whipple too, but it looked good with the ponies, and it's a hatch.
I know you've mentioned that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
like.
beautiful car. It doesn't get enough credit at the shows.
Yes,
Which car is it? What car is this?
It's Matthew Malinich. It's a Calypso hatch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with
He built Nick's
with all
SVT.
polished. Yeah, he
no,
has
it's
all the
painted.
polished Whipple and all that.
Yeah.
No, it has the painted Whipple, but it has the polished Victories.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
in
I've
the
seen that one. Yeah,
It's in the Coyote versus the motor chat. So
I've seen that car. Yeah, that is a freaking beautiful car.
Yeah.
it's clean. It's clean. It's mint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is freaking nice.
Yeah.
He was there at Motor City Fox Fest, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's at Motors. He goes to most of the big shows. I mean, Madison.
Yeah, I was like, I remember seeing that one. That was a gorgeous car too. I think I did a quick
Yeah,
little
but
video on that one too.
he won when he first came out with the ponies. So
He did.
he won.
Was that a Ponies in the Smokies? I don't.
No, I think it was Detroit. I saw it on TV. I wasn't there. I saw it on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I was
If
like,
you if you
damn.
if you go to Foxtoberfest or Ponies in the Smokies, he's always in the 50 Asylum booth.
Yeah,
The Calypso hatch, a
yeah,
beautiful Coyote Whipple. The Whipple's Calypso. He's
He
got
built
like a radiator
he just
cover.
finished Nick's car, the '93 Cobra with the Coyote with the Predator blow. He was the one who built that car.
You know our buddy Nick that was at Foxtoberfest with us, the teal Cobra that was there with me.
yeah.
I think you did a video on it, Lee. It had the
I
Paul
did. Yeah, I did a quick
Maker.
little video on it.
Matt
Yeah,
built that car.
Matt built that car.
Oh, yeah. So he has plenty of experience building some nice cars and
Yeah, he did
plenty
it.
experience.
He did a full rotisserie, paint job, and then he did all the mechanical. He built that car basically from the ground up. He did a lot of rust repair, and he did that pretty quickly too, right? He did that I think in under a year.
A year, yeah.
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 Justin Bryant says the Coyote is much cleaner. He said he's done both. He said
Yeah.
Coyote is much cleaner, simpler, and similar power. You think similar power at the Coyote?
Nah, I think it's
Nah.
more. Well, it depends if you're boosting it. If you're going naturally aspirated, then yeah, the Cobra motor is gonna make more. But if you're gonna boost the Coyote, which most people do, nah, the Coyote just blows the Cobra engine out the water.
You're saying the Terminator motor makes more naturally aspirated than Coyote, a stock Coyote, stock
Yeah,
Terminator?
well, I mean, because most people when they do the Cobra swap, they at least do a pulley or like a ported blower. You know what I mean? So you're like
Oh,
around 500-ish around there versus
450, 460
yeah,
with a
versus
ported blower.
a stock Coyote.
Yeah,
you're saying Terminator
with the
motor
blower.
with the stock blower.
Yeah,
What were they rated? To 375 horsepower?
390.
390.
390.
I mean,
But
That
they
was a
made more.
big, supposedly
yeah.
390.
I don't know how horsepower? I mean, a stock Coyote, what's a Gen 1? Is it 410 horsepower or is it
No, like 380.
Yeah,
three?
I thought it was like 400 or something, and then
Fernand, Fernando made good power with that Gen 3 intake manifold. He made
Mhm.
like 440 from
He did make 440 naturally
with
aspirated?
uh, the same tuner tune your car. What is it? Crispo?
Derek Crispo tuner.
Yeah. So he made 440 with the Gen 3 intake.
Yeah,
That's
what
that's really
he's a
what
monster.
transmission was he using?
What's that?
um it was a TKX.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I brought
TKX.
I brought Crispo
So,
my Terminator last weekend, and my '04 that I just traded for my T-top coupe, and with the handheld tuner, man, he tuned that bitch up. He got what 674 horsepower on
yeah.
pump gas. Yeah, yeah. He's a great tuner if you're in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania market.
With an old school Kenny Bell. What is it? 2.2?
2.2 Screamer. It's called a 2.2
Yes.
Screamer. Yeah, it's a really from what I understand, people it's a desirable blower. People really love it.
yeah. You
Derek,
still see people. You see lots of people still like on the forums like, anybody have a 2.2 for sale? Anybody know who I can get a 2.2 or I'll rebuild a 2.2? Yeah, those 2.2s just make.
Well, that original video from Mustang Magic that has like a couple million views, that car was a 2.2 with that car made everybody went out and buy Terminator Cobras. That car went out, made me and my best friend bought like 4 of them.
Yeah,
what
well,
year?
it was a silver
Yeah.
one, right? The silver one.
It was a black one.
Oh,
It got the most views for Terminator on. It's like I think it was like 3 million or 7 million views.
okay.
What year was this?
This is well, I went out and I bought my first Terminator back in '08.
So
Yeah,
you're
so
saying it was back then
yeah, the video. Me and him was watching the video,
they
and
posted that
then
shit on MySpace, Ryan? What the fuck?
no, it was on
Where was that
it,
posted in 2008?
it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, man,
I I I think that video has let me check.
oh, it's still making its rounds.
Dude, it's like I think it was 3 or 7 million, but it made everybody went out and buy a Kenny Bell. That thing screamed.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the blower that's on there. Derek Farley, who's got a badass Terminator swap. He's got it's like a copper coupe. You know the car I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He says he loves his Terminator swap. Yeah, Derek, we know you have a beautiful car with a beautiful Terminator swap. I saw that car for the first time in 2024 at Motor City Fox Fest, and I'm walking up and down the rows, and in the covered parking, and I'm going, and it was the first car that I stopped at, and I was just like, oh my God, like everything about that car was just well done, clean. I even said to him, like, man, this is such a beautiful car. I think he said he did all the work himself too, which is really impressive. You're looking up that you're trying to find that video, right?
remember it had like a couple million, man.
Was it?
Yes,
You
it
know,
probably went. If you're from that time, you probably went out and bought a Terminator because of that car.
you know what video I really like? I see it recently. There's that one where the guy starts it up. It's in the shop, and he's fucking revving it up, and the blower's where it's whining,
That
and the
that's the
garage
car.
door is coming up, and he flies out. Is that the one you're talking
Yeah.
about?
I think that's the
And he
car.
comes out of the driveway sideways, and he just shoots by the
Nah,
cattleman down
I
the
think that video is more recent. I think that video's only been out like a year or a
video.
year and a half that way. But I know what you're exactly talking about. Yeah, he goes crazy. He starts doing burnouts out the garage. He's hauling ass everywhere, doing crazy turns. Yeah, that's a pretty cool video right there.
Here's some videos that you can't forget. There's a
I got it. It's 19 years ago, 6.6 million.
wow.
Yo, 19 years ago. Remember, it's a 2-year car.
2000,
03, 04.
2007.
Nine, dude, 6.6 million. I told you, when I in 08, I bought a Terminator. I had a silver 04. And it came out of Texas.
Man.
A lot of fast cars come out of Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of people get, we're going to give everybody credit where we think it is, and we're going to get a lot of hate from it, but we're going to say, so a lot of fast cars come out of Texas. New York has a lot of fast cars, but there's fast cars in Texas.
We got a
I think
Texas guy right here.
I think the reason for it is
That's
because
why.
the reason for it is because we don't have that much regulation down here. Like people like even for loud exhaust and all that, they don't mess with us. I drive around with we're supposed. I don't have a front license plate in my car at all. We don't get messed with. I mean, they honestly, it's kind of pretty really laid back down here right now.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
you
you,
guys got a lot.
you buy some badass cars from Texas, but clean too, no rust, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
When you're
Well,
pulling a
didn't
car
your
from Texas, you're like, yeah,
didn't your Cobra just came from Texas?
my Cobra came from Texas, though. Yeah,
And didn't your badass Notch just went to Texas?
it did go to Texas. Yeah,
See, see, we're gonna shout out Texas. That's why we
down
got
in
the Texas
Texas.
guy here.
It's down
Yeah,
in
we're gonna
Texas,
shout.
New York to Texas.
It's always
yeah,
New York, Texas.
um, speaking of the videos, like there's just certain videos that stick with you. The Foxbody video. We'll get back to the Terminator topic, but there's a Foxbody video. This guy has a blue. I think it's a light regatta blue '86 4i, and he's on the highway.
Oh, Coyote.
yeah,
Coyote, and he's got the
Yes,
slicks on the back with the bead locks, and I think he's got
yeah,
his skinnies up front. You know the one I'm talking about?
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That
Takes the fuck off, and that blower is screaming, and then it goes into the cockpit, and he's got to bring that bitch up to about 150 miles.
yeah that guy's actually he's out of Florida. That car was built by Lujan Motors in
Uh-huh.
Florida, and that it's a yeah I think it's a Gen 2 Illuminator with an Elderbrock 2650. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, man, cars.
But
That
That's
was tuned by Lund.
but ain't that Alex old car from London?
Yeah.
That ain't
Oh
that
no,
ain't that
it's the
his old
engine,
motor?
just the engine, just the
Just
motor.
the engine.
Yeah.
That car is badass.
that video is badass along with that car. That video, I watched that. I've watched that video probably 300 times, and I
And,
love
and,
it.
and somebody was saying Coyote doesn't sound good, and then he goes, "That one sounds good."
Yeah.
Yeah. That video actually was done by that dude in Shift Media.
Oh,
Okay.
Shift
really?
Media. Yeah, he does, if you look it up on Instagram, uh he has a couple good videos. He tried to make a YouTube channel, but I really haven't seen him post anything on there. For the most part, he does Instagram. I actually had a conversation with him like a month ago, just because he made another video that was like really freaking good production. He does pretty good production,
Oh,
and so the video he made, and then another guy posted it somewhere in like Iraq, and he was like kind of like claiming like that was his video. So I had messaged Shift Media. I'm like, hey man, this is why you gotta watermark your stuff because people are gonna steal your stuff saying it's them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't know if he's done it yet or anything, but that's why a lot of my videos I tend to watermark them or put my symbol on them because man, people you'd be surprised how many people
you
have
got
stole
those.
my stuff already.
You
Have
got
stole
those.
my stuff and say it's theirs.
You got those Foxbody guys in Dubai, right? You got
Yeah,
Yeah.
community out there, right? Yeah.
They got a lot of cars out there too. Nice
Oh,
cars too.
yeah.
yeah, some crazy ones.
Yeah. I wonder how many from New York have gone there.
Yeah, I know a car that's there, a black coupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody we know. Yeah, yeah. It was a bidding war for the car. It had low miles. He regrets selling it now.
He's never getting it back. It's in
Dude,
Dubai.
dude, he called me the other day and he was like, "Yo, I'm building my Notch now, Coyote swap, and I have like 75 grand in it, but I still miss my 93 black Notch, black on black, with like 30 or 40,000 miles. I went to Dubai.
So yeah, it's not coming back. Wesley Ryan says Gen 3 with a Pro Charger. What do you
Yes,
guys
Yeah, I
think
saw
of
that.
what do you think of a centrifugal on a Coyote?
I like it.
I like it. Actually,
It sounds great.
two of my friends have Centuries on theirs. One has a Pro Charger D1, which is the red with the Gen 2, and then my other buddy Diego has a Gen 2 with an F1A, and those things sound like freaking jets, man.
Yeah,
Well, the Pro
Jet.
Chargers themselves, yeah, right?
dude.
Yeah,
It makes it sound like the push rod with the old Vortec. Not exactly the same. I don't want to,
Straight cut gears, the one.
yeah, the straight cut
Yeah.
gear. So,
Uh-huh.
it's not going to sound just like a push rod, but it sounds nice.
yeah, it sounds
You know, you
good.
If we say we settle, we could settle for that, right?
You know,
Coyote.
you know what's funny? Back in the days when I was hanging around with the guys in the street, you never wanted a set of straight gears because you didn't want people to know what you had under the hood, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you like if you came in with a blower fucking screaming and whistling, people knew, like, oh, okay, this
Yep.
guy's got some. People are hiding, the nitrous, the Nas kits, and all of this stuff, putting them in all these crazy spots, and then
We used
racing for money, and then like, what the fuck? You had that shit hidden. Nobody popped the hood, man. Nobody popped the hood. It was like, what do you
we used
got?
to put the
Oh,
bottle. We used
stock
to put the
302.
bottle behind the driver's seat and throw a sweater on it, and then let
Yeah.
them check the trunk.
I hid mine. I hid mine in a trunk with a duffel bag. I cut a hole in a duffel bag and I put the duffel bag over the nitrous bottle. Yeah, that's
Ryan,
hey,
Ryan,
Nicky
Ryan
back
put
then.
Ryan put a sweater on it like it was a fucking
Yeah,
baby.
we used to throw a sweater.
I got my kid in
Like
the back.
you no, we used to put like you put the driver's seat a little back, and then you put the bottle, and then you just throw a hoodie on it,
Yeah.
and then you're like, yo, look, I ain't got nothing. Look, check it.
Yeah, that's it. Check it out. But now you pull into a car show with a straight cut set of gears on a Vortec, and instantly it's head snap, right? Everybody
Yeah,
knows that, and they're like, "Oh, that's fucking sick," right?
and
Yeah, just
everybody loves it. Everybody loves a loud, noisy car now.
Uh,
Everybody.
dude, I just picked up a V1 cut gears old Vortec.
What
I'm gonna
trim?
send it out. Vortec. I think it was an 8 trim, but it's just
Hey,
for the
trim?
gears.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for it to sound uh, like old school. So, but I'm gonna
so
send it out to Vortec. I already talked to
so
them.
so Blake Darling here with his black SN, he's like Terminator swap. That car
Uh-huh.
is that car Terminator swapped his
No, I don't think so. I think it's a 2 valve. I was talking to him. I was texting him back and forth last night.
He's got some crazy ass intake on that. What I saw it at Pitts. What's going on there?
I don't know. I think it got a Vortec on it though.
I think it's a Pro Charger.
Is it?
You gonna make me look at my phone, or should we just keep going?
We probably just bring on Blake and ask him ourselves.
We got to bring on Blake. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is
Yeah.
Vortec charges you extra to do those freaking heritage gears, and they call them heritage gears now, but they charge an extra like I think it's like extra $400 when you order a blower. If you want it to
I
sound
think
like
it's
the old school, $400
I
more.
think like $200-300. Yeah,
Yeah.
they charge you for. I'm like, give me all of that. I need all of that.
But you know what's crazy? I don't know why they charge extra because the reason they're so loud is just because it's like a straight gear versus the new version is like more of a conical where it's like twisted. I would think it would be more cheaper to do the regular gears versus the other way, but I guess
But you want it.
they're paying you for the sound.
Hey, they know a guy that wants that sound's gonna pay.
Yeah,
That's all it is. So
I would pay extra couple $100.
yeah.
He said, Christian Smith said I'd have to do a Whipple Godzilla. He had a 708 rear wheel horsepower 2-valve, so he wouldn't recommend it.
What you guys?
Man,
What do you
I
feel
don't,
about Godzilla?
I
Since we're
don't,
on the topic,
I don't see the point of a Godzilla motor, man. They're just over a Coyote. It's just no point. One, they're
Right
super
now.
heavy.
Right
They're
now.
right now. They're
right
heavy.
now, yes.
Right now,
They're still new.
yeah.
If we were sitting here in 2012 when the Coyotes just came out,
Mhm.
Push
and
rod.
we were
Yeah.
debating the Terminator swap versus the old push rods, right? We'd be going back and forth on that, and then
Yeah.
the Coyote would be like, not now, right? Then, so and now look at I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't
know.
You don't know. It's still early.
I'm not gonna.
There are a few, like the guy Chris, Infamous Project.
Yeah.
I think he's building. Is he building that T-top Cobra?
Yes.
Is that going to be
Yes.
a Godzilla?
It's a Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's putting a heartthrob blur on that one, I think.
So he's doing some real exotic shit.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with a T-top Cobra, that car looks sick. And
Yeah.
he's on the Roads to Shop spec chassis. So I mean, that car is going to be incredible coming out this year. But yeah, and I believe he's starting to do a lot of Godzilla swaps too, right? He started like last year. He's trying to be an early adopter and get in on that market, which is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see how those things run on some boosts. Then
Yeah.
we'll know.
Yeah,
And if you could get a
you hardly
push rod sound.
yeah, you hardly ever see any Godzillas on boost doing anything. They're kind of that's why I really haven't seen any Godzillas like with boost on in a Foxbody do anything crazy.
But how they sound all motor? Do they chop?
You know, man, every time I've heard of one, it's just with the stock cam, so they just sound regular, like regular. They sound like regular trucks because I mean that's what they are, truck motors. They just sound like like a regular F-150.
Listen, I seen a lot of badass F-150, so we're not gonna take it there. There's a lot of Mexican GTR out there. A lot of people are scared about.
Right here,
So
I got one.
yeah, you got one?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
one.
So you can't say you could say it, but you can't really say about the truck motor because a lot of people are scared of those trucks.
Yeah, man.
We have we have a friend that has
But they have
crazy in
Coyotes.
my city for some reason.
a truck. Their truck.
Well, they're the truck Coyote, but they're not a Godzilla.
No, they're truck.
Yeah.
They're just truck Coyote.
They're
But
like in
well,
delivery vans and shit like that, right? For like the Amazon, like the Godzillas, they're pulling them out. A lot of them. Like
yeah.
Yeah, they're like out of F-250s and all that.
I have an F-250. Oh yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
probably have Godzilla. I have a 7.3
That's
turbo.
it.
Yeah, turbo
yeah,
diesel. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Right. You're right. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit! Look, I got a Godzilla motor. It's turbo.
What Vinny truck makes? Vinny truck makes like he said like 1,900.
No, his
Yeah,
F-150.
yeah,
Oh no, they make. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if Vinny didn't do
yeah. He
something.
said he made like 900 and change.
I think they have 1,200 pounds on the 1,200 pounds of torque, and I think they make 500 horsepower. They have 250s. Him and I have the same truck.
No, I'm talking about his F-150.
Oh, his F-150
Yeah,
is Shelby.
yeah.
Oh,
He said that thing makes like 900, 950.
that thing is crazy. That thing is.
Yeah, so we're not talking bad about no F-150 trucks.
Oh no.
You know.
They're badass, man. They'll smoke
Yeah.
you quickly.
Yes.
You line up against one. So here's another interesting topic. Someone Wallace Bourne asked the group earlier today, "What's the going labor rate at shops for restoration
I
projects?"
saw that. That was a good conversation.
Let me go
They
to
said,
that conversation.
What about over in your neck of the woods, Lee, in Texas? I mean, what are you typically seeing for like a labor rate for paint and body, and then then mechanical stuff like that? What are you
Man,
seeing?
for paint and body, you know what I've noticed? It's harder and harder to find a good paint and body shop for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's like if all the old school cats who used to paint,
old school cat. Yep.
yeah,
They quit.
they didn't teach anybody because now it's like
They're
I have a
gone.
lot of friends ask me like, hey, you know, who does paint? Who does paint? Who painted your car? And who did your car? And I used to have an older dude. He used to do mine, and he was like an old guy that worked at a Porsche dealer, but he would paint cars in his garage on like a side job, and that's how I got my car painted. And when I needed some work done, it was freaking hard finding a good paint and body guy. Like, and labor was crazy. I think just to paint a back, I went to a shop just to paint my back bumper because I had a small scratch on it. They wanted $1,500 just to paint a back bumper. I was like, dude, what are you crazy for a back bumper? Yeah,
Damn.
You
I think
remember
labor rates
Mako
have gone up
painted
like
the whole
bad.
car for 500? Remember Mako used to paint the whole car for
Yeah.
500?
300 maybe.
You walked in there, man. If you didn't take out the headlights and strip the car, man, right over.
I took my old Foxbody to Mako because like I said, I was 16 and it was like $500. So I cut a bunch of lawns to get that money. And I'm thinking in my head, like I'm gonna get this cool paint job. Man, when I went to go pick it up, my tailpipes were painted, all the weather stripping was painted. I was like, what the heck?
You got paint to match.
So what do you know what the going rates are out there for like mechanics and paint and body? Would you know like
Yeah,
hourly?
well, I don't know for painted body because most times every time you get an estimate, they always just give you like kind of like ours will cost 2,000 or whatever. But for like,
So
but
how
for
how
for
much to like?
labor, I know for mechanical labor, most guys are charging like around 125 to 150.
Okay, so if you went in with a pretty decent, clean Fox body, you're just gonna do like just no body work, just like a scuff and respray. What would they charge to do that? I mean, they're gonna obviously, take the tail lights out, the glass, do a professional job, but they're not gonna go down to metal. Just say, scuff up the paint, put put a new fresh paint job on there with, 3, 4 coats of clear. What are they charging you for a basic paint job out there in Texas for a
It's gonna
full?
be like it's gonna be about 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Just on a
Yeah,
scuff and paint.
yeah, for that just to sand it down, lay your primer, lay your base, obviously tape everything, door jam, but this would be like door jams and you know what I mean, all that. But you're looking at like 8 to 10 grand.
Yeah. Ryan, you owned the auto body shop out here in New York for a long
Yeah.
time, so you should know. Like, what would they charge? What are they charging out here now in 2026 to do a paint job like that?
I probably a decent paint job, probably 10 grand.
10
Yeah,
grand.
And I'm not saying like a 10 paint job, like probably like a 8. You know, it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's probably gonna be, you know, probably for a really nice paint job, like taking off everything, R&I all the glass. I would probably say, man, anywhere between 15 and 18. And you know, I don't want to hear those numbers, but I don't think a lot of people want to hear those numbers too.
oh,
Like,
a lot of people definitely don't want to hear those numbers.
yeah, you know, we might get a little heat on this,
And
you know,
and your
but
car is going to sit there for a year and a half, right? They're
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
they find
body shop jail, body
Yeah.
shop
Yep.
jail.
because they're doing all
Paint,
the insurance stuff.
paint gel is the worst.
Oh my God.
Shop
Paint
jail is the worst,
Yeah,
or shop jail.
yeah, or
about-
just shop gel in general.
What about
Yeah.
what about mechanical? Like, I mean, Rick, I know he does some like what's he charging an hour to do mechanical work?
I'd probably say 100, 125. I
Yeah.
think it's a good number,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
it's the
But
same thing.
you know what, I think a lot of people don't realize what it takes to, like, say you gave them a clean car and just to clean it up a little, how much hours it would take to do that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Pete Studer here. He said it's cheaper to buy one already done. LOL.
yes.
yeah,
Remember we
No,
spoke of,
it is.
we spoke about that earlier. I said I actually think that you probably come off on top, man, if you could find a nice car at a decent number.
Yeah.
You know, you probably come out on top. The number seems a little, you know, a big number lately, but
Yeah,
you know, you probably, you know, listen, what is a decent notch now or a hatch? I would say 10 to 15 grand. If you're not finding a notch for 15 grand that still runs and drive.
nah.
You know, you might find a hatch for like 8, 10, 12, 14. I know somebody just bought a 89.
There's his notch bias there, Lee, again.
Yeah, no, it's not biased. He bought just around, you know, not too far from us. We know a guy. He just bought a 89 hatch LX with like wells on, no supercharger. He paid 13 grand. Gray interior, black molding, decent car, probably like a 7. He paid 13 grand. You getting a notch for 13 grand, John? I'm not biased. I'm being real.
Not a nice. I mean, you get a shit box for 13 grand.
I would say for 13 grand, 13 grand, it ain't gonna be very nice. It's gonna need a lot of work.
Dude,
You got to remember something too, Ryan and Lee. We live around, you know, major metropolitan hubs. I mean, if you search the marketplace like our buddy Cruz does all day, because he sends me 45 listings every day. I don't need to search. I just have Cruz doing that for me. He does the same thing to you.
yeah,
You can find the deals in like rural America and stuff like that. You'll get a decent notch in like Indiana. No offense to the people that live in Indiana.
I'm laughing because I just read a comment. It just was funny. Steve, I think it's Steve Silva put, I'm at 125 an hour, 250 if you help me.
Isn't that great? I love that, man. That's you see the funny stuff. Another one here. What was it? Dan Huff said too much. He said grab a welder, grinder, some hand tools, and maybe a friend once in a while to help.
I like that one.
Yeah. Brandon Hitchens, who owns Sick Motorsports, he says we specialize in Fox builds. He does some beautiful work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he makes some nice cars.
He says,
Man, that silver notch, boy.
He says he charges $125 an hour across the board.
It's not bad.
Boy.
Yeah, it's not bad for the work. For the work I've seen him do. For the work I've seen him do, 125 is not bad at all.
Big motorsports guys, you might have to wait at that rate. You might have to wait like 10 years to get it done, because the level of work at that rate, call that man. That boy is nasty. He built some beautiful cars.
John,
man, you know what car? The car he built, I really love is that red GT different merchant SVT.
Yeah.
Catapato.
And that thing's amazing.
Say no more, right? I mean,
Yo, Am I biased with his silver hatch? I'm not.
Nah,
Well,
that's a beautiful car. I love that car.
Just, dude,
I'll tell you right now, Jonathan Catapano's red GT. It
it's badass.
that's the nicest hatch in the country.
It is.
Yeah.
Ooh, are we gonna get hate? You're gonna get hate? Come
Listen,
on.
We're gonna get, hey, we're gonna get hit regardless.
Ooh, badass.
I own a badass hatch, right? Right?
Yeah.
Badass.
Blue, blue, right?
Yep.
Jonathan's car blows my car away. Like
That car's, dude.
listen, if there's another one that I don't know about, it's not better. It's just the same. That's it. Like it doesn't get better in my opinion.
Dude,
I'm trying to think of a hatch that's built to that level, and I can't think of one.
You're just feeding the knock guy's ego here. That's what you're doing.
ooh, I could help finish that conversation for you, but you guys, a lot of hatch guys don't want to. You're a notch guy, but a lot of hatch guys don't want to hear it. They're gonna get mad. I'm gonna be hated, but I'm building one, bro.
You are.
I'm building one. I'm building one for the hatch guys. All hatch guys. I'm building one for you guys. I'm gonna help you out.
You're building one just to say you built one, but you're still
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Carl told me if you have a hatch and a notch, you're good.
Sure.
So what's the point of not taking Carl advice?
Well, listen, Carl gives some of the best advice, but
That's what I'm saying.
same, but different. Anyway.
He's all same, but different.
Different.
Brian Berry says $124 Canadian pesos.
So what's that to us?
For our Canadian brothers up there. What's that say
That's like
about the currency? Scott Milner, he's a pretty I've seen him around a lot. He says he's currently $95 an hour. And because
That's pretty
he said
cheap.
that, because he said that, he had 8 replies and people asking him to build the car. People saying, where are you located?
Yeah.
He got eight projects in front of his door.
Scott Milner's a bright man. He just drummed himself up 2 years worth of work right there on that one response.
He just cut everybody.
It's hilarious. Let's switch topics. Another one that I had a lot of fun with. I put it up. Let me just find it here because I'm at the most relevant. I asked this yesterday. New post. I got to go through all of this stuff here. Did you see this guy here that is looks like he's putting GT500 brakes on a Foxbody? You see this?
Yeah, I've
post?
seen it done.
I did it already. I did it.
Yeah, this should be a kit. I can't remember who made that kit.
SNS.
Yeah, SNS, right?
SNS.
Yeah,
SNS. I did the GT 500 rear brakes on my SN.
Uh-huh.
I have a SN that we're building right now, a Coyote swap. It's a Mystic. So
And
it's pretty.
what was it like? I mean, relatively pretty straightforward. Was it expensive?
Honestly, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
You didn't spend more money. I mean, what was the kit? SNS, you said?
Yeah, SNS kit.
And how much did the kit cost?
Like $200.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's pretty much just bracketing bolts, I think.
Yeah, it's just brackets and
Yeah.
use the Cobra caliper and a 14 a GT500 rear rotors.
Ryan, and you put up
Yes.
a post here of your car on the 50 Fast Forward magazine. What do you?
You like?
Are you using AI, Ryan? I mean,
Dude,
Ryan,
but
you
you
gotta
seen-
watch. Ryan,
you
gotta
seen
watch.
that?
People
Look.
accuse us of using AI.
No, but think about it, right? If we're back in like 2002 or 2003, right? And Fast Forward magazine just dropped. That post got a lot of hits. You seen that?
Yeah.
It did. It did.
I
Dude,
actually was gonna make a little magazine, because I had made a cover too a while back on my Instagram, and everybody was like, "Man, you should make a magazine." So I actually made template for different
Mhm.
pages, and I made like or 20 pages because Instagram you can post 20 pictures. So I already have the template, and I was planning on it to actually do a template of just like a magazine, and then put people's cars, like maybe 3 or 4 images, and then obviously send them a message like, all right, kind of like what's your, obviously the year, color, motor, a little backstory. I've actually thought about making, because a lot of us older cats like miss the old magazine, so I kind of thought about making an online magazine. It's just
Yeah, some old
like
guys.
like a
Yeah,
or
it's
big.
just
some
time
guys, or
consuming.
some guys in jail.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I need a Foxbody magazine. What do you think?
So I want to bring up a topic that I was looking for because
All
it
right.
got it got some pretty good engagement here yesterday, and this is one of your favorite topics, Ryan.
So I know
Uh,
which one it is.
what is it?
The wheel, the
Deep
deep dish.
deep dish versus flush.
I
Yes.
did my homework. I got some notes.
All about that lip or clean and tight to the body. Ryan, hold on before you go off on a tangent. I just want to say this guy Dickie Duncans. Did you
Yep,
see this black? It looks like a hatch. Did
dude,
you?
he got a lot of likes on it.
I don't. Is that a GMR wheel? Do you
I
do you
don't
see this?
know.
Do you see this
Yeah, I
sleeve at
seen
the
it.
very top? That wheel is different, but look at the lip. Look at the dish on that fucking thing.
You're talking about the black one, right?
The
It might
black.
be mini tub,
Oh, it's. You bet your ass that's mini tub.
but not
Yeah.
necessarily because there's a blue coupe out there um, that he has a victory wheel on, and he's not mini tub, and he has a lip like that,
He
not mini
changed.
tub.
He pulled the offset in that much.
He They cut the axle 2 inch on each sides, no mini tub, and he has a big lip like that. I actually messaged him. We talked.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I've seen pictures of this car though.
Which one?
This car,
Okay.
Is this Dickie Duncans, right?
Yes.
I just
Dickie
can't remember
Duncan.
his real name. Some of these fucking names we're gonna have to say on here with these guys with these.
I'm
Some of
I'm
these
not good
guys
with.
have like
Dude,
4 accounts. Dickie
listen.
Duncan. It might be real. I mean, if it is Dickie, I apologize, but I mean,
And I'm gonna call you by your first name, and you better figure it out. I'm bad with last name.
well,
My last name is hard.
is it
So
Jogdeo?
Jugdale. Yes.
So then leave the last names up to me, okay?
Yeah. We're gonna leave last name. I'm gonna say first. You say last.
This wheel is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It's different. I've been seeing this wheel online for about 2 years now, and I think that's a GMR wheel or
AG.
I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
I
I've
saw
never
those.
seen that wheel.
what's that?
I've never seen that wheel.
It's yeah. It's it's a cool wheel. So David Benson said he likes bland chicken in a deep dish. Shout out to our boy David Benson. What's that
Listen,
mean, Ryan? Go ahead.
love bland chicken.
What is bland chicken?
And my wife is Spanish, so I like my chicken, seasoned. But me and Dave
Season.
Benson, we always go at it with bland chicken. So I didn't call it, but they call Pony Wheels bland chicken. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I like ponies. I
I
like
love ponies.
I like the Alamar ponies. I like the Pony R's. I like the Victory ponies, like on
Yep.
Fernando's car. But like that guy said, that car again. We're just gonna call him out, that car again. So we're gonna call Fernando that car again. But we love Fernando's car. It looks sick with the Victory ponies, And Dave Benson got bland chicken. I think those things are 13 inches by 19.
So you're calling all types of pony wheels bland chicken.
Bland chicken.
That's a
But
joke.
bland chicken is,
David Benson.
yeah, bland chicken is fine if you're on a diet and stuff like that. So it's good.
So
We're gonna get a lot of hate, but it's the truth.
so
It's the truth.
ponies are bland chicken.
It depends how you wear it, but
What about 10 holes? Are they bland chicken too?
no,
No.
they just
So it's just ponies.
I don't know, man. I might get hate,
When those pinholes first came out, I freaking hated those wheels. I thought
dude.
those
But
things,
with
I
the
thought those things
LMR
were,
one is nice. The updated version. If you got the original 10 holes,
So they
I don't know,
15s, right?
15, yeah.
that's
But
what I'm saying. When they first came out with the 17 LMR ones, I hated them. I thought they're like a hideous wheel. But the more and more I see them on people's cars, I'm like, dude, I want some 10 hose. Those things
Yo,
look
yeah,
freaking badass.
have you seen this car? Rod Ramos's another deep deep dish wheel here. That's obviously been mini tub. Do you see this? It looks like a
what car?
reef hatch.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
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 deep. Look at this car.
yeah. That one has a deep. I think those
Look at
are. I,
this car,
I think
sick.
those are CCW classics.
Um,
no, no, is it?
I don't know.
I just saw it.
I mean, every time he posts this car, I'm just like, oh, this car is incredible. It's one of the nicest cars on the group.
Yeah, that was nice. I think he has a. It looks like he has a that the Theta arrow wing.
The Steeda wing on the back.
Theater wing.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus, what are those tailpipes right there? What the heck is it? Are those tips? What was it?
I think people was talking about that.
What?
The tips.
The tips? 3-inch tips?
Yeah,
3-inch tips?
yeah. I think they were talking about it.
On his car?
It was a car. I just don't remember if it was his car. Yeah, it was his car.
Well,
They were talking. I think it was like 3 inch. I think on another post a couple weeks ago, or they were talking about the tips.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
but
yeah.
he had. I think
I
he
was
had
gonna comment on it.
trouble. Yeah, I think he. I think I read a post. I think he said he had trouble trying to get over the hump.
over the
So I
axle.
think he went. I, I'm not 100%, but I think he might have said he went under. I'm not sure though. Yeah, yeah,
I can't see in that photo.
yeah. He was getting a little heat for it, I think.
Well, you know what? FTG, okay? Figure out what that stands for. That's a beautiful car.
The car's
Yeah,
nice.
it looks badass. Those wheels, that deep dish.
It's CCWs, I think it is. Yep,
Yeah,
you're
they
right.
got CCW classics. Yeah.
Look at Dan Lantagni. My car back in '95 when he had the Steeda Pentars. Those are there's what's his name? There's that kid that he built that car last year at Foxtoberfest. What's his name? His name escapes me. I talked to him at Pitts. He won an award at at the brewery night at 50 Asylum. He had a
Oh,
Steeda.
AJ,
What's that?
AJ
Is it AJ? AJ Goyer, right?
with the gray the
Yes.
notch,
Yeah, we were
the
talking
Steeda
about the
notch.
parking lot at Fox.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
He's a good dude. He has those wheels, right? He has the Pentars, the Steeda Pentars.
Let me see.
I mean, bro, love the car, love the wheels, but what is up with those chrome lip fenders, right? I mean, this is
That was a thing back in the day, man. Chrome fenders.
this is an old photo. You can see it obviously.
Yeah, that
Is
was a
that a
thing back then. And then also look, he has the GTS covers in the front for the headlights.
what is that wing?
No, AJ wheel's a little different.
Is it? It's a
Yeah,
steel wheel though, right?
yeah. AJ wheel's a Steeda wheel, but I think this is a little different.
What's this wing on this, Dan? What is that wing? You see that raised wing?
Yeah, I can't tell what it is. Man, I don't know what that is.
That's like a Acura Integra Type R.
Come on, they didn't put that on a Foxbody back
You know
then.
what that looks like? It looks like the
That's what.
wing from
That's
Bro,
from the Cars cartoon. Remember when the Euro cars come out? They
bro,
have like
bro.
he don't
triple stack
he
wings.
Hold on.
he don't own this car no more, so we can make fun of it.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that picture is like 1995, bro. The Fast and the Furious came out in like 2001. All right, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when you started racing with your Honda Civics. All right, so
Uh,
then you came over to the
Probably
dark side and you started buying
no,
things.
probably 98, 98, 99.
98 for
I
what?
I had a
That's
shop in like
it? Movie?
so the Fast and the Furious is a good friend of mine actually. That they wrote the movie on. That movie was actually supposed to be done in New York, and that movie they wrote it and they took it out to Cali. But the real guy, it's his name is Ralphie Estevez. He's a good friend of mine. Um, he actually used to race in Hunts Point in the Bronx. He actually started racing with Datsuns. So the movie was written off his story.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
cool. Yeah.
that's the real story. Yeah.
That movie came out like I think it was 2001 or 2002.
They changed it up a lot, but he was racing like Datsun and Starlets and that kind of stuff back, and they wrote his story. Yeah.
Well, it looks like everybody here is a rear with a deep dish. Look at Tim Bickford's GT right there. Look at that. That's a beautiful.
Oh, you know what? I think that's a local guy. I think I met him this past weekend.
Was he there? Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was at there's a car meet we have here in town called Slow Sundays. It's like every Sunday morning, and yeah, I think this is that car.
Ain't that those saline like the SVE saline style?
Saline style wheel. I
It's
don't
a
Yeah,
clean.
see.
It's a clean wheel.
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks
He's
really good.
got he's got like a what, like a 3.5 inch dish in the back, a lip depth back there. It's
At
Yeah.
at least that. Yeah,
and
it's a
look at the
clean.
next one. Look at Ryan Probst red. I will look at that. What the hell is that?
That might be a convertible with a wide body.
I think that wheel right there, I think that's a True Forge wheel. Looks like it.
No, is that a True Forge?
Yeah, yeah, I
It
think
look-
so.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like a True Forge chicane.
Oh yeah, there it goes. It's the next car. It's a convertible.
It is a wide body, right? It has the flared.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
the flared
convertible.
quarter, yeah. But that's got to be on air. You see the fender gap there. He's got to be aired up there. Shit,
Is that a Capri?
They didn't even Capri no that they didn't even come that high from the factory. That's
Yeah.
gotta be. I'd love to see more pictures of this car. Let me see if I can go to his profile and check him out. Sorry, Ryan, I'm creeping on your profile right now, live on the phone.
Hey, we're just trying to give you a spotlight, Ryan. That's all we're trying to do, Ryan.
We're giving you a shout out right now. I want to see this car. Hopefully, you have it in your photos. Yeah. Yep, wide body. I still don't know what those wheels are, but it's a wide body. He's got to be on air. I mean, this car is sitting high. Pretty.
Well, that's a rare wheel, a hard wheel to find. So
What'd you say?
But the True Forged?
yeah,
No,
you can't find them no more.
guys. That's not. It's a GMR wheel. I'm seeing it right here on the center cap on his profile. It's a green. It's a GMR. I think that's the same one that Dickie Duncan's has. I think that's the same one. GMR.
Man, to me, it looks like a freaking True Forge, the design, but I can't blow up the image to see any more of the center cap.
A lot of these guys. No, that's not.
Not the same wheel.
Dickie Duncan's is something else.
It's different. Dickie Duncan's.
No, I've seen.
It almost looks.
Is it a?
It looks like a.
wheel? I think it's a.
It looks like. No, it might be like a ESR wheel.
No. It's VIP forged wheels. Hold on, I think that's. Bro, I looked at this wheel and like last year when I first saw it, and I was like, I want to find out what that is. I searched for hours, and I'm pretty sure. Is it VIP modular? Yeah, it's a VIP modular wheel.
Oh wow.
I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. Look. Can you see my screen? Hold on. MI Foxbody group topics right here. Do you see it?
No.
Look. Do you see
Okay.
this right
Yeah.
Look at the center cap, right? See, it's VIP modular, and then look at Dickie's. Look at his center cap. See, matching center cap. See that?
Yeah.
VIP modular right there. Right?
Yeah.
So there we go. That's how do I stop sharing my screen?
Well,
Stop.
so we've been talking about a lot of deep dish. If you scroll down a little bit, there's Zach Standridge. He's I have come now to the concave 18-inch look. If you look at his car, it's a coupe, and it has a nice little concave wheel, and it actually looks really freaking good. It's like a little chrome wheel.
He's got a body kit on there. Look at that. Is that like a saline side skirt right there?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
Which car is that?
It's a red
What's the
coupe.
name?
That's
A red coupe.
Zach?
Standridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, he's got the saline side skirts, and he's got the rear spat. I'd love to see this car too in the front.
Yeah, I like to see what he has in front because
Almost
it looks
similar
like
to
he.
Dano's car, the color. You seeing it?
No, I didn't see it. Hold on.
Yeah, he's got the concave wheels. No lip, no dish, but
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I like it. I like the way it looks. It looks like he has a lot of negative camber in the front wheel. I guess to try to make
Yeah.
it fit or something.
He's probably real wide out there in the front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard our boys Chris Infamous and Gary Castle. They talk about the body kits on the coupes. I like them. What about you guys? What do you think? You like a body kit on a notchback, Ryan? I mean, you're the notchback guru, no?
I like the Saline, and I like the 93 Cobra probably.
Oh,
I
but you're
like the
talking
G.
about hatchbacks.
Yeah.
What about a body kit on a notch on a coupe?
Nah. Nick, me and Nick argue all the time. A lot of Queens guys, where we're from, they'll put a body kit on anything and a big Saline wing, and I'm very against it. I like them more like stock looking with the right setup, but I don't hate it. I wouldn't do it. So
It's not your thing, right?
no, it's not.
Look at Ozer Ercon. Look at the black double step wheel he's got there. Do you see that? It's like a patina gray GT. You see that one
Oh
right
yeah,
there?
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. If you go, it's actually someone asked him to see the 8 replies. Someone asked him to post the pictures of the whole car, and he shared some photos. If you open it up, to actually a pretty cool patina car. You see
Yeah,
that?
let me look at the replies.
Yeah, you see it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, it look good.
Yeah.
I actually dig that patina look. When it's more natural on a car, I think it looks real good.
Yeah, he's got the 82 hood scoop on there. So yeah, it's pretty cool car, Ozer.
There's a Cobra there. It's
Terminator.
no, it's a black Cobra, Mike Mello.
Mike Mello.
It's a Yeah, it's a black 93 Cobra.
Is it down at the
Yeah,
bottom? Oh, yep.
no, it's above the one we were talking about.
Yep. What are those wheels right there?
Those look like maybe a True Forge.
They look like True Forge to me too.
Period. Correct.
Pretty cool.
Close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Black Cobra. The black.
See? Don't get me started with those 93 Cobras and what those guys do to them. I'm gonna get into fights. They're gonna get really angry at me.
Mike, have you seen this car, Mike Boyington? Have you seen this silver coupe that he's been posting? I think that's a True Forge wheel. Have you seen this car?
Yeah. I seen it.
In a picture in a warehouse where
Yeah.
full car down the side. He's building this car. This thing looks incredible.
Yeah, he's been posting it.
He's building
that got
this
some.
car right now, right?
Yeah, that got some True Forge wheels on it. I actually got a set of those.
You have a set of True Forge?
Yeah, I think those are the Mach 5s.
Yeah, I think those are the Mach 5s.
Are you letting everybody know you're selling them right now? Name a price for the.
No, I'm not selling them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I think I bought them in like 2012, 2013.
That guy, the guy used
Yeah.
to make them, Steve. I think he sells insurance.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
What happened? What
I think he
happened to
sells
him?
insurance.
Oh, he quit? I think he quit right before the pandemic when it
Yeah.
took off. Like his last post was like 22, and the market took off after that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He makes
But
some
a lot
good,
of
he makes some good wheels for some cars, and yeah.
dude,
And
a
you
lot
see
of
people, you see people post always like, "Hey, do you know where I can get a True Forge center cap?" They're always looking for center caps.
you know
Always.
what it is? Like before the CCWs,
Mhm.
I think between like '08 and 12, I think a lot of guys were rocking more True Forge before
Yeah.
the CCW Classics.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will say that, oh, everybody has CCW Classics, right? But before CCW Classic, I think it was the True Forge.
Yeah, it was the chicane.
Yes,
Yeah, the chicane.
similar, and the Mach 5s.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mach 5s are. He also made like a 10th anniversary style too. I think he called it like I think it was called like Turn 10 or True 10. Kind of like a 10th anniversary 04 Cobra wheel. Looked pretty good.
John, that's a topic for you.
What's that?
Which came first, True Forge on a Terminator or CCWs?
Actually, I want to talk about 2 more topics before we go because we're actually into this for an hour and 24 minutes. See, you don't realize how much fun you're having. You just start talking.
Hey, right. Well, when we're just
Right.
talking, just
I
hey,
like-
3 people having
I-
a good conversation.
I like the topic of what's a low mileage car.
That's the one I was just gonna pick. At what mileage do you consider a Foxbody low mileage?
So I kind of have an issue with a lot of people saying low mileage because before the pandemic, a lot of Fox Body didn't have low mileage. And then now we're seeing a lot of low mileage cars, right?
Oh, none of them
But
turned over. They're all less than
none of them turned over.
miles,
So
right?
like we're getting like 20,000-mile GTs and 20,000-mile Cobras. I'm not saying they're not. I'm
Francis
just
Andrew just said that. He says apparently they are all low mileage. Haven't seen a Fox over 100,000 miles in decades. If you know, you
that's
know.
my guy right there. I don't even know him, but he's kind of feeling how I'm feeling. Like, listen, I'm just saying all these guys just have 40,000, 50,000, 70,000.
All right, but what about like real documented miles? What do you consider to be
They're
low
under
mileage?
30.
Under
Under
30.
30. Not collectible, but just, you know, 40, you know,
Well,
even up to
what I'm saying is when we talk low mileage, we're talking about like collector investment grade, right? Like
under 10.
the
Under
purist
10.
under 10.
Under
Like the
10.
purists want that car. They're not going to drive it, or they're going to drive it very little. They're going to put it in a, in their shop, in their garage, in a warehouse. They're going to put it in a bubble. They're going to put a cover on, a tender. You know, they're going to wash it, take it out once a week, pull it back in. They're going to put 20 miles in 10 years, just pushing it out and in the garage. What is that mileage?
Man, that
I say
sounds
10.
sad.
What's that?
Okay, that sounds sad.
Yeah, yeah. What does some of the guys say about that in our group? If you don't drive the car, if you save in the car, it's like what?
Saving your wife for the other guy.
For the next guy, right?
Yeah, for the
Drive
next
the
guy.
car. Drive the car.
So,
But
uh,
what do you think
one
a
of
low
my
mileage car is?
I think under 10, like your Mr. Chrome, you know, the one you
Oh,
had,
I drove
you
that.
know,
I
but you don't
7800.
drive it. You wouldn't drive it, and the guy who bought it now wouldn't drive it either. So
So let's tell a story about that, right? When I picked that car up, it's 7,800 miles. I had that car for a year, and to be fair, when I picked it up, it had 78. When I traded it to Vinny, it had a little over 10,000.
no,
So
I think it's still under. I think it's still under.
it passed. It
You
it
sure?
passed. That's just I remember because I
No, I
drove.
don't think so.
No, I did because I drove. I'm
I
telling you.
think it's, dude. He said the other day it was like 9,800 or
No, it's
yeah.
I drove that car from New Jersey to Chocolate Fox last year. And then I drove it there. I'm not sure. It's probably like 200 miles. Then we drove it around for the couple days we were there doing all the, going to dinner and doing all the shit we were doing. And then I drove it back. And as I got like 30 miles from my garage, it clicked over 10,000.
And now he doesn't want to drive it,
And I traded it to him for that reason.
and you didn't want to drive it.
I don't want to drive it. And now he has it and he doesn't want to drive it.
So I have a Facebook friend, Sean Hatcher. He's like out in West Virginia. He was hitting me up looking for a notch. He actually bought the one on Cars and Bids, the one with 5,000 miles in Canada.
How much did you buy for it?
I think he was like in the 30s, low 30s, and then he had to ship it
Bone stock. Bone stock.
bone stock. It's an auto car, gray interior, black molding, 89 notch, like 5,000 miles.
Oh, you showed me this car like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
month ago.
Yes. So he wants to touch it. It's a brand new transmission in the trunk, brand new T5. He wants to touch it. So the other morning he puts up a post that he wants to touch it because he wants to enjoy the car like when we all bought Foxbody.
Swap it over to manual.
Yes, and he wants to order wheels. He wants to order suspension. He actually wants to drive the car, bro. Guys got on the group,
Which group? Our group or another group?
our group, right? He said, bro, I had like 77 or 78 messages privately of guys talking shit and like almost threatening him that he was touching the car.
What?
Dude, it's your car. You could do whatever you want.
Yo, Lee.
I'm
You
all
know,
for it. I'm like, hey, touch that car.
Touch
I'm
it.
I don't like stock cars for shit, man. I'm the ones that you get a freaking low mileage. The car can have 100 miles. I'm gonna tell you, hey man, change the brakes, freaking put some wheels. Yeah, I'm not a whole purist like that. I'm like, hey, yo, change it, change everything on that car.
So
Yeah.
a friend of ours, my friend, um, on the way back from Foxtoberfest, we're in the truck, we're driving back. He goes, you know what? I want a '96 Mystic. He goes, I'm just gonna buy one, low miles. I don't want to do paint. I don't want to touch it. I'm not gonna do nothing to the
I'll be
car.
right back. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the car, he bought it, I think that same week when we came back from Foxtoberfest. The car's on maximum motorsport suspension, BC Forge wheels, and he's about to put a Kenny Bell on it. He said he wasn't going to touch it. So he
Hey,
touched
I'm
it.
all for. I'm all, hey, do it. As long
He
as he
touched
ain't
it.
touching it, as long as he ain't touching the paint, because that's what makes a mystic.
That's it. That's it. Because
Yeah,
whatever he did, you could reverse it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could pull back the shocks if you want 30-year-old shocks. Um, you know, you don't want old tires, right? The tires are
yeah,
like
yeah.
10, 15 years old. But there's guys like that. They get very angry that you touched it. So that's why John brought up the topic, like, what's a collectible? This car has 19,000 miles. So, you know, I don't know. I just, if you bought it and you own it and you want to touch it, I think you should be able to touch it.
Yeah.
Bro,
You know.
okay. You have to see the shit that goes on in my DMs.
Oh, with you?
You know what? Aaron Styles. Aaron
Oh, yeah?
Styles. Fox Junk. when I was
What
selling
he did?
when I was selling my T-top coupe. You tracking Lee?
Yeah, well, my AI tracking freaking stopped, so it goes by hand gesture, so I turn it back on.
I was selling my T-top coupe for 55,000. I took a lot of shit, right? And I got
And I
it.
don't get why.
And I got it, by the way. Okay, I
Yeah,
got it. Yeah. This guy proceeds, Aaron Styles, right? The Cobra God. And I don't care because he's on YouTube. He'll see this. He messaged me out of the blue. He's like, "Bro, your car's junk." You know what I
who
said?
who messaged you?
Aaron Styles. He's got a YouTube channel called Fox Junk. And thank you, Aaron,
Oh
because
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He does a lot of resto cars. Restores them.
Listen, he's good. He knows his shit when it comes to Foxbody. He
Yeah.
messaged me. Your car's junk. I said, thank you for the feedback. I said, by the way, I enjoy watching your channel, and I gave him a thumbs up. He responded with a thumbs up, and that was the end of it. Yeah, that's just an example of what you have to deal with in DM. I've heard other people talk about it. There's a lot of good there too, but you guys will see.
I don't.
Watch what
You know what's
happens.
crazy? I don't understand the hate of a Fox body going for a good price because that just means all our cars can go for some good prices as long as they're like up to that stature.
Yeah, but
It-
if you sell and you still got to pay when you buy, we're back to the same thing. If it's not worth nothing, you pay less and you buy less, and
yeah,
same shit, just different.
yeah. I don't get that. I don't get the hate on the pricing. It's, like I said, it's just crazy. It's like, dude, if you're here, that means you have a Fox body, so that means your car just be even better in value. Like, why do you hate that? I don't get that. It's just weird.
Dude, we had a guy the other night. He got mad that we were posting SN stuff, and I go check his profile before I responded to him, and he had a SN. His car was a SN. It was
So
what the hell?
I,
And what he called me? He called me a twat. Like he called me a twat.
no. It wasn't a twat. It was a twot. It was
It was a
TWOT.
twat, twat.
No, it was British. It was TWOT. So it was a twat.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
So he
so
goes. Yeah, so he goes. Oh, I haven't seen no Fox body stuff in a couple of days. So I go and I Photoshop the last 12 hours of Fox body stuff, and I send it to him. But then I told him he's a twat.
This
After I did.
but you actually spelled twat TWAT, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, he
I
was
did.
cool. Yeah, that guy must be British, but and I got nothing against my British friends out there. Um, so that's what I wanted to bring up is the actual topic of that, right? Because we seem to be getting some pushback about that now with
Yes, yes.
us being the Foxbody den, and not a lot of it, right? So I put up a post there, the announcement. And I just said this group was built around Foxbodies. That's not changing, but some of you need to actually read the About Us section before running your mouth. It's been in the
Mm-hmm.
About Us section that this is a 7904. I know 78, okay, but it's a Fox platform group. It is primarily Fox bodies, right? The group has always allowed SN95 and newer cars. There's nothing new here, right? We're just growing. So because a lot of us own multiple cars across those years, right? Ryan, what do you
Yeah.
have?
Um, I got Foxes and I got a SN.
You got
I got
Fox
a SN
bodies.
SN Coyote swap. So that's even more hate. Um, I have a new Edge Saline. Hopefully a Terminator one day, soon, again,
Soon.
soon. You know, my boy just bought a GT500, so you never know what happens.
What does Aldo own?
Oh, what the hell this guy own? I think he got more than me. He got the Coyote Fox. He got
Yeah.
yeah, he got a Reef Fox that he's building. He has a SN Cobra. He has the Mystic Cobra.
The Mystic Cobra that was at Pitts with the bronze wheels.
Yeah, he has the what else he got? He got a Coyote Swap Mach 1. He called it Mach Snake because it's a Cobra bumper and a Mach had a baby, so he's the Mach Snake.
Yeah.
What else? And then he bought he got a '09 P51, and he just picked up a GT500,
Yesterday, yeah.
the 2020.
Yeah.
So we have cars.
We don't talk about the 197 or the GT500s, right?
Yeah, but we don't get mad if somebody posts something about it. We just, if you don't like it, just scroll on. That's it.
What is Carl own?
That dude has a lot of cars too. He's just quiet about it.
And maybe we shouldn't say, all right, Vinny.
Oh, dude, I think he's like 18 or 20 cars deep.
He's got Fox bodies. He's got SNs.
He got 4 eyes.
He's got 4 eyes. He's got arrows.
Yeah.
He's got.
I think I messaged you, John, a while, like a couple months ago. I was like, "Hey, what's up with Vinny? Does he want to sell that white car?" Because I have a friend who's like really interested in that car, and then
Which one?
the white
Which
one,
car?
his white coupe, the
Oh,
twin turbo.
Oof. No, it's a Whipple.
No, Whipple, yeah, the Whipple. I'm sorry, the Whipple. So we saw it at this past Foxtoberfest where he was at the track,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
my friend just fell in love with it, and then he started trying to look for that car, and I was like, you know what, dude, I think I know a guy who knows him. So I had messaged you, John, like, hey, is your friend interested in selling it? And then I think he had messaged me back like, I can find out. But man, my friend was like, he was ready to spend some money for that car. Because I told him, like, dude, that car is probably at least at minimum be 80 if he does plan to sell it. Most likely more. I was like, but be
Dude,
ready to spend at least 80 grand. And my buddy
dude,
was all for it. Yeah, my buddy was like, you just tell him to tell me a price. I'm like, but he never got
that
back with
car.
me. Yeah, he never got back with me. And then my friend ended up finding another car in I think Ohio for a pretty good price.
So
You saw the belt. You saw the belt challenge that we did earlier in the year.
the
The baddest Fox body.
Fox body of 2025.
I don't think so.
I don't think
So
he was
we
on Facebook then. He just
all right.
recently migrated.
So John did he came up with the baddest Fox body. They picked 16 Fox body. We think at the time. A lot of people get mad like there's other Fox body out there, but if we don't know about it, we can't pick it. So if you're not posting it or you don't come to the show, we don't know about it.
Well,
Yeah.
So
so how that started was I put up a post and I said, hey guys, we're going to do a baddest Fox body of 2025 challenge, right? Nominate someone that you know,
yes.
or even your car if you want, and post them up, right? And I think we got back then the group was small. The group was like maybe 2,000 people,
Yeah.
and we probably got like 200 submissions. And then what we did, John Brooks, Tom Schwenzer, and myself, we went through and we picked the top 16 out of those cars.
That we know about, you know.
That was posted in that thread, that post that people nominated them, right?
Yeah. And I did pick a hatch. One of my cars, I did pick a hatch that I like.
You picked the hatch.
I picked the hatch.
And so,
Eric
you
McDonald's
can
car.
nominate yourself, but a lot of people nominated other cars, right? And we took that into consideration. If someone nominated your car, we kind of we went through it. But Vinny Allegretta, he actually, Ryan was starting to say, he won the baddest Foxbody of 2025 challenge. He actually won that. What is your battery dying on your laptop there, Ryan? You get a little.
I had a light on, and it was dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he won. It was very close. He went up against in the semifinals. He went up against the War Admiral Tom Schwenzer.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would post a car up at 8 a.m. and I would give it basically 25 hours, right? No, I'm sorry. I would post it at 9, and by 9 a.m. the next day, the results would come in, and whoever had the most likes, the reactions to the post would win. And the semifinals was between him and Tom War Admiral.
no, it was the final. That was the final. That was the semifinal.
The semifinals.
The final was Dom.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Yeah,
Tom
semifinal.
and Vinny were going up against each other in the semifinals.
Semifinal, yeah.
And every day I would set my alarm for a minute before so that I could go on, and I can go onto the Foxbody den, and I could watch who would win, right? And Vinny Allegretta at 9 a.m. sharp, as soon as it went, he had one more like than Tom Schwenzer.
It was close.
Yeah, I was like 416 to 415.
Yo,
Yeah.
it was two badass cars though. But
Yeah.
Beautiful
yeah. But guess what they were, bro? There was no hatch. That's the end. We're gonna stop it right there at the notch. We're gonna keep it funny. We're gonna keep it interesting. We're gonna talk it. People don't like it. We're gonna just talk it. But it was the battle of the baddest, and it was a notch. And then Dom's car, it was a convertible, and it went up against the final. It was close too. It was.
Yeah, he beat a lot of Dominic Spano. He beat a lot of really nice Fox bodies to get there.
Yes. And I'm not a fan of convertible, but that's a clean car. That's a very nice car.
It's probably one of the nicest convertibles.
Yes.
Which is that one again?
We're gonna say it in the
Which one is that
country.
one?
What's that, Lee?
What convertible are you talking about?
Dominic Spano, his Hollywood red convertible.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Dom's car is very nice too. But the other car that was with us at next to you at Fox at Pitts was a nice car too. The LX. Yeah, I can't say that. That car was very nice too.
What was that's the
It's like a dark green color, like with the maker wheels.
magnetic something.
It's a Ford color.
It's a Ford color. It's the same color as that JRH Restorations
Yes.
hatch
Yeah.
that came out at Detroit Autorama.
Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
that's a
Same.
beautiful car.
That's a nice car too. But Dom's car is very nice too. It's very.
Yeah, I don't.
It's very.
I met the guy, the owner there, and I know he posts on our. I'm sorry for forgetting your name. I know he posts on our group. That's a beautiful car. Dominic's convertible is tops. There's another guy. Is a red one. He's got the Cobra side skirts with the side exhaust on it. I forget his name. You know the one.
Convertible?
It's a convertible. It's another badass car. There's a couple of convertibles that just hit.
We're gonna give love. We're gonna give love to everything, man. If it's a hatch, we're gonna give love. But when a notch wins, we're gonna call it out. I'm here for the little guys too, man. You know.
So we are gonna do the baddest Fox bodies of 2026 in December.
Can't be no cars from last year.
No, no, that's because again, we started the group. I want to say like mid-December. Well, we started the group as something else, but then we decided we were going to become like a public group and just all Fox bodies, and we switched the focus. And I started that Fox body, the baddest Fox body battle, like late December last year, and
Yeah,
I finished in like the middle of
the
January.
first week in New Year or something like that. Second week.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
year we'll make sure it finishes before the new year, right? Probably right around the new year. We'll probably start that contest right after Thanksgiving. So,
and you can't compete if you were last year 16 cars. So
no,
we're gonna make it fair.
yeah. If you made the top 16 last year, you're not going to make the top 16 again this year. If you're on our group and you're posting, we're watching, right? We're looking.
Yeah,
Obviously, I know there's a lot of badass builds that are happening this year, right?
yeah. We could talk about it like a couple seconds so we know how to start next time we're on.
Yeah, I mean, you got
So
you got Chris, infamous
yeah,
Red T-top Cobra that's coming out.
we got my boy Carl right there with that
Carl,
burgundy coupe.
Carl is coming
That
out
car,
with the spec
that
chassis
car
and
is
coupe.
that car is all time favorite car, man. That burgundy.
Bro, he sent me pictures earlier this afternoon of the car that nobody's seen online yet. And I know other people have said like with the spec chassis, the stance isn't really good. Well, I don't know what they're talking about because Carl's got that shit dialed in. I mean, it's not slammed low like Chris Infamous likes, but it's low. I mean, it's the fender gap is
I,
that car looks sharp.
I don't like it low that we're over the tire. Like I like it right where the tire and it meets.
Like
Like
you,
maybe you could barely put your finger in.
yeah, two fingers.
Yeah, like like if you could fit the finger in like this, but you can't fit it like this, it's
I
Carl,
got,
close.
I got three
Go
nominations
ahead.
already, like over my head.
yeah, you
I already showed three of them already in there.
yeah, talk about the cars we know that are coming out this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We got a couple minutes.
One
So
being being a guy, one of my friends. He doesn't live in where I live, but he lives south. He's on Instagram as Foxstangs. He has that. He's a blue Coyote swap with the F1A, but he's the one I remember. I talked to you, John. He has a crazy designer wheel that he actually got a lot of hate for too. A lot of people actually gave him hate for the wheel, but I think it was freaking amazing. But
four
the
wheeler.
everything inside that car is carbon fiber. I'm talking about the dash, the whole dash, the doors, the whole center console, the steering wheel, like
What
all
is it? A
the
hatch or a
it's a
notch?
the notch, the notch. All he also has carbon fiber and all the trim on the outside, the window trim, the door trim,
Does
all
he
that's
want you to
carbon
Wow.
say
fiber.
this, Lee? Lee, does he want
Huh?
you to say this, right? Does he want you to say this? Is this like you're not giving away secrets, right?
No, no, this is actually posted. It's on my Instagram. I posted a bunch of pictures of this car. It's
Okay.
already done, but I'm just saying that I know for sure I'm gonna throw his car in the hat as a to see if anybody wants to vote for him because I think it's a badass car. My friend
Bro,
Diego.
Um,
there's the Midway Mustang.
yes,
Is
that's
that
one of my
A Bimini or a Bimini blue with the gold?
yes.
Or are those CCWs with the beadlocks in the back with the
It's
ripple?
CCW bead locks. It has he did the seat belts. He did the Recaros. I think it's a Gen 2 or Gen 3. It might be a Predator. Um, it's probably got my vote on it, man. That car's badass. So
That
it's
looks like it's coming out this year.
KSD notch. That looks, another notch.
Kenneth Sean,
That,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sean's looks good, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna have it done this year. Probably like early next year. The way it kind of looks
Nah,
like it's
man.
doing.
I just saw a video. They painted the engine bay. He's almost finished.
He's moving pretty quick.
Yeah,
Is he?
let's call it almost finished.
I think what did he start like in this December, like what, 5 months ago? And
He's moving. He's moving. But the engine bay is painted, so they could start mocking up stuff. So
Yeah.
and it's gonna be Holly, so it's not gonna be crazy. He's trying out a new wiring. That car is gonna be very nice.
did he go with the 5.2 he went with did he go with a Voodoo motor, Illuminator, or is
Predator. Is it a Predator?
or is it a Predator?
It might be a Predator.
Did he go with a Coyote with a Predator blower, or did he go with a
He
Predator?
said it was. He said it wasn't Coyote. It's a Predator.
Badass.
Yeah.
So the
So
five, so
that's
it's 5.2.
yeah. I think it's a 5.2. So and I wonder what wheels he put in on. That's you know, we got to get Dave Benson on. We're gonna get Dave Benson on.
Yeah, we got to
There's,
get Dave.
there's, another,
We
there's
spoke.
another guy. Yeah, there's another guy local to me. It's a 93 Teal Cobra with the Illuminator 5.2 XS with the Pro Charger.
The
And
two brothers,
man,
right?
huh?
The two
Yeah, the
brothers.
brothers.
The brothers.
Yeah,
I've been following those guys for years.
yeah, them two.
Yeah, yeah.
That Cobra he has,
And the
man.
Calypso notch.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did a video. I did a video on both of them already
yeah.
on the YouTube channel. And then I want to get that Cobra, but he's like, oh well, let me finish this. Let me do this. And I'm like, man, by the time you stop adding stuff to it, we'll just do the video now.
Listen,
That's
there's a guy. I don't think you know him, Ryan, but he's from Staten Island, and Vinny's working on. The guy's name is Chris,
I heard about it.
and I think he's calling it Foxzilla. I may be wrong with the name, but he's coming out with a wide body white notchback 363. I mean, he had a full suspension built by Cortex, like Cortex. This guy is. I was talking to him yesterday. I'm not. I mean, there are going to be things on this car that have never been done to a Foxbody.
Wow.
This is truly like an open checkbook build, and I know Vinny's going to do a lot of the mechanical. So it was at Cortex, and now it's over at Adam Carter at Carter's Customs for like all the custom aero,
Yeah.
The front spoiler. Like it's being set up to be a road racer, autocross car, and also like a regular daily, not a daily, but like a street driver, right?
So he should name it like Lamborghini money.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
this,
Yeah.
this,
Lamborghini money.
this
Did
thing,
anybody
nobody knows about
did
it. But
anybody
Yeah.
throw that Greg's car in the hat last year? Greg from
Which car?
Gears Auto Works. I think he called the car Coupe Frostbite Coupe or Coupe Frostbite.
Greg is the guy that just came out with those radiator covers, right? From
Yeah. But have you seen his car?
Frostbite.
No.
It has like all the blue interior, and right now he's doing like a crazy dash. He has he did that gas tank where it's like a little twist on lever in the back. He like shaved the actual gas what do you call it, the gas door. Man, it's a crazy freaking build. It's all black blue painted, powder coated.
Is that
What color's the car?
Is it white?
Yeah, it's white. Yeah.
Does it have the Lexan clear in the hood that shows the I think does he have a Whipple on it or something like that?
Nah, I don't think he has a whip on it. It's like I think he has like a Holly front ram upper intake on that one.
It's not. Is it turbo? It's a turbo car.
Yeah, it's a turbo car.
Yeah.
Was it coupe? A white coupe?
Yeah, white coupe.
Another coupe, Brian.
And that the car that was at? I might be wrong. No, I think you enter that car. You enter a white turbo notch in the 16.
You mean 16, 20? What do you mean 16?
The top 60.
No, you're probably talking about Tim Lynch.
Oh yeah, that's a turbo Coyote car.
This
is the one I'm talking about from Greg. He's the one that does the Gears Auto Works. He makes the panels, he makes the AC panels and all that.
Yeah,
you got to send us pictures, bro.
That guy Tim Lynch with that white coupe, the twin turbo white coupe. Let me tell you something. That's another guy that built the badass car that doesn't get enough credit when he goes to the shows. I don't really know if he cares. I think he's like he used to do a lot of drag racing and stuff like that, but he builds some. That car.
That car is mint.
Foxtoberfest. I was like,
yes,
yeah.
That car is mint. It doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah,
yeah.
That car. So Reblew, my car won Foxtoberfest last year. That car is better than Reblew.
Of course, it's a nice car.
It should have
won.
It should have won the year before. It didn't win in 25. No, I'm sorry, 24. It didn't win. Should have won last year, Tim Lynch. If you're listening, bro, you got a badass car. You don't get enough
Yeah,
recognition for what
that,
you did.
that's
Yeah.
freaking that white car is freaking nice.
Another guy that, like we mentioned it before, that I don't think he's won a Best in Show, Jonathan Catapano, Merchant SVT. You're another one, bro. I don't know why you haven't taken home a Best of Show with that car.
Dude, and his SN95 that got
Uh,
me to buy his car and Blake's car got me to buy SN95.
yeah,
If not, I wouldn't even look at them.
yeah,
So just
But speaking of Oktoberfest, hey, I never got a chance to ask you, John. Like, how did it feel winning the Foxtoberfest event?
Um,
Like, were you expecting it, or were you kind of just like, ah, yeah, I'm just bringing their card and just
I don't go to the shows to win, despite what maybe some people think. I go to hang out with my buddies like Ryan, Vinny, Carl, Nick. Like I just go to get away for a week, have a good time. If I win, it's nice, right? So
yeah,
I'm building a car for me, right? I'm building a car for me. But when I first pulled the car off the trailer, I mean, even before that, when I was picking the car up from Vinny and Carl were both telling me about 2 weeks before. They were like, this car is going to win. And I'm like, what? They're like, no, it checks all the boxes. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't really care. I pulled the car off the trailer at the hotel, and I had my buddy Jason Sheridan and a couple of the guys, Jason Asper, Will Monty. They saw me pull the car up. Jason actually filmed the car. I think it had like almost 1 million views, and pulled it off. And everybody was like, this car is going to win. I brought it to Prestige. I brought it to Mustang Owners. And when I pulled up, there was crowds of people around that they're like, this car is going to win. I'm like, what? I didn't believe it. And because we have Louis Dents, Mike Jones, he's got a
Mike Jones,
red coupe, which is
86.
86 red.
We got to say 86.
He's got I think he's just got a regular 302 in it. But this car is straight. This car is perfect. And if you knew Lou, you'd know why, because he obsesses over the smallest details. He's probably one of the best guys out there in the community as far as like building something with details, right? So we get there and everybody's like, it's between you and Lou and Nick, right? Because Nick with the car. So I saw Nick win Best Cobra, and I'm like, Nick's car too is probably better than mine, right? Matt built it. It's just a better example. Nick wins Best Cobra. I'm like, all right, so now it's between me and Lou, right? Lou wins Best 4i, and I'm like, I'm like, no fucking way, right? I'm like, someone else is gonna win, because I didn't really get around to the show. I just kind of stayed in my area because there was so many. I was trying to talk to so many people about the car. I'm like, there's gotta be 5 or 10 more cars out there that are better than this, right? And I didn't believe it, but when she announced it, I was just like, holy shit. I didn't realize I had to make a speech, right? So I go up there and I'm like, thank God, thank my wife. I'm like, oh yeah, Vinny for building it, Carl for putting the sauce on it. Thank you, everybody. I wasn't prepared, right? And it's like this big high where it's like, and then 3 minutes later, everybody jumps in their cars and leaves. And it's like, I have this metal, pretty cool trophy. Oh, look, I'll show it to you. I actually have it. Look. Yeah. It's this heavy metal thing, Foxtoberfest. And I got it. I'm like, and then I put it down on my car, and everybody's like, take pictures. And I took a couple of pictures, and then everybody else lined up because a bunch of the New York guys won. And we just took pictures and videos together, and like a half hour after the show was over, it was just like, all right, just like before the show. We just went, we hung out, we had some dinner, we had a good time.
We had a good time.
We went to bed, and then we woke up, and we drove home the next morning, man. So it was just like, it's cool. Like, I love Jen from Foxy Events. She puts on a great show, but it was just, it was like this big high real quick. It was like a shot of cocaine, even though I've never done cocaine, but boom. And it was just like, it was done. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I think I left that trophy in the back of Reblue until maybe like a month ago, because it went back to Vinny's shop to get the Whipple and all of that on. And I just got the car back and did a lot of the, the other stuff and shook it down. And now I actually have it, in my home office here. But other than that, I'll say it. Should I announce it, Rye?
Nah, it's
No?
2 hours. We got 20 seconds. We'll probably chop up. You're gonna chop it up the video. So,
We're not chopping it up. There's no editing. We're letting this thing just go out.
ooh,
Even better. Hey, that's even easier, man.
don't take it personal. We're gonna call you out. We're gonna talk. We're gonna give you credit. We're gonna give you props.
So,
I'm correct.
So one other thing, I know it's 2 hours, but I do want to mention it does need to be said. All right, guys, this is even though the name of the group is the Foxbody Den, it's primarily Foxbody. But like I said earlier, we own multiple platforms. Yes, I know a New Edge is an SN95 car. Thank you for the comments. We all know that. Yes, I know technically the Foxbody started in '78. Yes, I know it says the Foxbody Den, but if you look at our About Us, it says it's Fox Platform. That's because many of us, like I said, myself, Brian, Carl, Vinny, and other members that are from around the country, the people in this group own multiple platforms, right? And although our primary love is Fox Bodies first and foremost, we own the other cars too, right? And we don't think that there should just be a group. This group should be just for Fox Bodies, right? If you want that, there's other groups for you. Right?
There's definitely other groups out there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we want to create something that's just a little bit different. Like with this show that we're going to be doing for you guys. What are we going to do this weekly? Or are we just going to chop this up every couple of days? We might do 2 a week. We might do 1 a week, right? We're just going to have some fun and get on, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the content in our group. We're going to shot you. So we're just trying to be a little different, right? Yes, we love Fox Bodies, but we also love SN95 cars.
We actually love all Mustangs.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have obviously 197s and S550s, and some of our buddies even just recently went on board some 650s, RTR cars. I promise you, if it's beyond 04, we won't talk about it. And if someone posts it up, we take it down, right? So, but it's going to be 79 or 78 to 04 because we think that we just think it's silly. Like, why the tribalism between Fox bodies? Because they're all similar cars.
And we want to encourage more people to post. We want to see what's hidden out there. We want to see the baddest Fox body. We want to see it. If anybody has a problem with the ones we pick, please post the baddest Fox body, because we're about that life, right? We're about that life. We want to see it. We want to see it. If you have it and you talking that talk, we want to see it. So you have to post on the Den.
Let's leave on that. So let's leave and say, hey, this is our first episode.
Yes.
We plan to do this pretty frequently. Talk only about these cars. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to post it to the Foxbody Den with a link. Let everybody know. And, if there's anything we can do better, just let us know, man. We're just trying to have fun like the rest of us, all right?
Yeah,
We want to see your car.
Yeah, I just want to say, guys, on the Foxbody Den, if y'all listening or watching this on YouTube, hey, hopefully y'all liked it. Like we said, this is our first episode. It's kind of went a little long-winded, but I think every episode we're gonna try to keep it under an hour 30, John.
Yeah, we try, but we have too much fun. So
yeah, but hopefully, guys, y'all actually like this episode. I mean, we're just 3 guys who have a passion and we want to talk about it. And obviously, the Foxbody Den on Facebook is doing freaking amazing. But we want to bring that more to live audience. You actually get to hear us. So hopefully, guys, y'all like this episode and like what we do.
And we even welcome the haters.
All right,
we're gonna keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes, we definitely are. Thank you.
Later.
Later, bro.
All right, Later,
bro. Bye.
All right, boys.